What's up, man?
Stage. Good.
All right, guys, whenever you're ready, first question, please go. Whoever.
Nick, I got first match went on tour since 2022. What are some of the emotions that come up when I say that or you hear that?
Yeah, not gonna lie, I was pretty close to crying on court. I just think about the last 2 years and it's been pretty brutal, to be honest. I was in a cast for 12 weeks, couldn't move my wrist, and the surgeons were saying I'd never play again. So I was listening to a lot of the outside noise, you know, whether I'd be able to play at this level and win. You know, playing's one thing, but winning matches and executing is another thing. So yeah, I can't believe it. I don't think it's sunk in yet, because I used to actually win a fair bit, so this kind of feels normal, but I don't think it's really sunk in that I was in a place where I couldn't hit like a fluffy tennis ball to now beating, you know, a solid player. So yeah, it's pretty surreal, but I know the tournament's not over and I haven't won a tournament or anything. I've got to, you know, there's players out here that haven't played one match, they get a bye, so I've got to do the right things to be able to play, you know, tomorrow or the next day.
Nick,
how's it different
tennis,
between...
welcome to Miami.
Boys, one at a time.
Sorry, welcome to Miami. I just want to say, you know that the fans, and I'm sorry, whoever, I don't see who that is, but I'm so sorry. You know the fans love you. How does it feel to know that all you've been through, whatever people say, the fans love you and we're just so happy to have you here?
Yeah, it's cool. You know, I come off the court and it's not, you know, it's more so I see the kids that are just like screaming and you know, they love, I guess they just love personalities, and they look at someone like me who's very relatable, who's not perfect at all in any shape or form, and they realize that, you know, one day it could be them in that position. And that's a cool thing. I can't thank my supporters enough. I know I've got a crazy amount of people that criticize me, but that's fine too. I kind of embrace the whole thing. But when I see the kids like that, it does put more petrol in the tank for me to, you know, keep playing, because, you know, that's why I play. I want to play in front of the fans and in these stadiums, you know, the full stadiums with all these kids screaming your name. It's a pretty cool feeling.
Thank you, Nick.
29 months before first win. I saw you lean down, you decided to leave. What was that feeling like getting that W?
Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, I mean, it was heavy for me personally. Yeah, just the day-by-day process to even be able to hit a tennis ball again was insane. And I spoke to my team after Indian Wells. I was like, I don't know how long I can do this for. Like genuinely, we were just like, you know, my team, they're away from their family, and that weighs on me heavy. It's like, I don't want you guys to be away from your families and friends, and I can't even get to the start line of matches and finish matches. It's like, I didn't feel good about the whole situation. So now I guess they're not gonna like to hear that I've got a little bit left in the tank. I guess they probably will be, but yeah, it was heavy. Like, I was close to being emotional on court, but I don't want to, you know, I want to be strong in those moments. But yeah, it was tough.
What do you think resulted in the turnaround from Indian Wells, where you retired in the third set, and how are things feeling now?
Well, I took 4 days off completely, and I just literally day in, day out physiotherapy, like just giving my wrist complete rest, pretty much. You know, doing some rehab, doing some gym, staying in at least playing shape. But I just trust the process. Like, no one's had this, you know, surgery before in tennis and come back, so there was no one I could kind of lean on. You know, I can't just like text Dominic Thiem and be like, hey bro, you've had the surgery, what was the setbacks you had? So I had to just trust my physio and the doctors and stuff telling me, you know, like, you just got to go on your symptoms, and there's always going to be pain. You know, I'm painkillered up right now, like 5 painkillers before I play, so I mean, my wrist feels numb, so I don't know if that's a good sign, but we'll see how it goes tomorrow.
So it feels numb now. It feels numb now.
Yeah.
It feels sore now.
Yeah. Well, I can't feel it now. I'm on painkillers, and then I'm definitely gonna have a glass of wine. I don't know if that's a good mix.
Well, you see the love
I'm cooked. I'm actually cooked. Yeah, sorry, I can't take this seriously. Yeah, no, I'll just rest and recover.
Right here. Excuse me. Right here. Thanks, sir.
The world learned about the PTPA lawsuit, and obviously your name is there as one of the plaintiffs. Why did you want to have your name on it, and why do you think this is an important thing for players to be doing?
First of all, I don't think any changes, this isn't like a selfish thing for me. Like, if my kids or anyone's kids one day play this sport, I want them to be taken care of and them to be heard. And I think this sport has so much growth left to do, and it's like the 4th most watched sport in the world, the 2nd most betted on sport. Like, this sport's huge, and I want it to be done the right way for the players, And I want every, like, not just at the top level, like there's people at challenger levels and futures levels that we have to look after and listen to, because that's like, without their development, they're not going to be at the top of the game. So I just want everyone to get looked after, and I want to do it the right way. So, I mean, I don't want to go into it too much. I mean, that's all I've been asked about pretty much the last day or two. But I think the reason why more names aren't named there is because they're scared. They're scared of being put in the firing line. They're scared of, you know, coming to the light and maybe agreeing with us. And there's over 300 players that feel this way. So I'm okay with getting on the front line and just taking all the hits, to be honest, at this point. You know, I just want to stand up for the rest of the tour, not just the people right at the top.
May I ask you, do you have any lucky charms? Or how do you keep Saban at bay during the match days?
How do I keep him at bay?
Yeah.
He's my friend. He's my best friend. I've got so many voices in my head. I don't have any lucky charms.
Question. You use your protector ranking to get into Miami. I know it might be a little bit outside of the box of what you're thinking of. Have you thought about any of the tournaments moving forward in the spring, summer that you would use your protector ranking for?
Well, yeah. I mean, if I keep winning at events like this, hopefully. I mean, I know I could probably get wild cards at most events, but you know, I don't want to be taking up other people's opportunities. You know, there are a lot of good young players right now at this event or at any event where I don't like just going in and taking wild cards because that's their development. I know how important wild cards are. I mean, when I was young, getting a wild card, that whole being around the tournament, meeting new players, like that's huge in their development. So, look, I'll see how this week goes. Like, will I beat Kashanov? Probably not, but I'll give it a go, and then we'll see. We'll just take it week by week. But I plan on playing the whole year out, and then we'll see where the ranking is there. But I mean, look, I literally take a day by day process. Like, I don't know what I'm going to be doing next week, to be honest.
We've got time for two more.
Nick,
Please, go ahead.
since 2019, since you hit those underhand serves against Rafael Nadal, it's been a big trend in professional tennis.
No, I thought it was the worst thing ever.
do you see that as being a trend that's going forward, and do you see yourself as kind of the godfather of underhand serves?
Like, honestly, like when I did it the first time, I'm playing Rafa in Acapulco. He's one of the greatest of all time, and my legs were starting to get heavy, so I was running out of things to do to win points. So I was like, I'm going to underhand here, and then everyone just got on my back about it again. And then the next week, Kei Nishikori did it, and he's like, Kei Nishikori mixing it up, and I'm like, oh, come on. But I like it when people are doing it now. I think it's cool. Like, I think it adds a different aspect to the game when people are yelling for underarm serves. Like, look, I don't think it's, you know, you never see Roger or Rafa or Novak doing it, but I think people with personality it's not that bad. I think there's worse things in the world.
Last question, please.
What about playing Kashanov? What are your thoughts there?
Well, I've played him twice. I played him at Australian Open. I played him at US Open. We played each other twice. We played 10 sets. So I know it's going to be a war. He's such a good player, and we pretty much grew up together through juniors. He's an insane workhorse. Like, he's so professional. Always shows up. Pretty much the opposite of what I do. So I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not even thinking. I want to go home right now and eat. I'm so hungry, and then I'll recover tomorrow. And then if I make the start line, I'll give him what I got. But I can't say that it's going to be like what it used to be between us two. But we'll see.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Thanks so much.